Another alarming video illustrating the dangers on our roads.
A cyclist struck a truck driver charged, and what's become on a deadly stretch to share the street. Good evening. The video is hard to watch, but you should know the cyclist survived and is recovering from his injuries.
It happened on the same bike lane. On the same day, another cyclist was struck by a truck and killed just weeks ago. CTV's Mike Walker joins us from Bloor and Dufferin with the story. Mike.
Well, Michelle Zaretta, we spoke with the cyclist's lawyer who tells us his client is lucky to be alive. These recent incidents have advocates urging the city to do more to protect cyclists. Video shows the moment a cyclist is struck by a flatbed truck after it appears the truck cuts the cyclist off while attempting to make a right turn at the intersection of Dufferin and Bloor.
He's lucky he was not killed.
Lawyer David Shelnut is representing the cyclist who suffered minor injuries in the collision on July 25th. The cyclist is seen traveling in the eastbound bike lane when approaching the intersection before slamming into the side of the truck. Signs indicate right turns are not permitted at the time of the collision, and vehicles in the area must yield to cyclists.
We have these massive trucks being driven around by folks who are obviously incapable of driving them safely. This is a roadway where you're not permitted to turn right.
In the wake of this, Shelnut says governments must take bold action to better protect cyclists and pedestrians.
All manner of steps to get safe, protected intersections and bike lanes spread out across municipalities to encourage safe cycling. We need tough, vulnerable road user legislation that penalizes people if you really injure or kill someone behind the wheel.
The incident happened around 10 in the morning. On the same day, a 24-year-old woman was struck and killed by a dump truck while riding a bike at Bloor Avenue, the 5th cyclist fatality this year.
Nobody's paying attention. Everybody's anxious and has to get somewhere in a hurry.
It reminds me that regardless of the bike lanes and the safety precautions, I have to ride defensively.
Calling these incidents a crisis, cycling advocates are demanding the city takes urgent action.
We want to see painted bike lanes turned into protected cycling infrastructure. As we say, paint is not infrastructure.
When asked about improvements the city can make, Mayor Olivia Chow renewed calls for the federal government to mandate side guards on trucks.
Side guards have been mandated in Europe for many, many decades, and it showed a 60% reduction of fatalities and serious injuries.
But the Ontario Trucking Association argues side guards are not the answer, pointing to several Transport Canada studies that concluded no clear evidence side guards or side skirts would prevent or reduce injuries or fatalities, insisting increasing awareness and education for all parties on how to safely share the road along with improved infrastructure are long-term solutions. Shelnut tells us his client's injuries are still being assessed. Toronto police say the driver in this case remained at the scene and was charged with making an unsafe turn and disobeying a sign under the Highway Traffic Act. Reporting live, I'm Mike Walker.